A new trend in the candy world is freeze drying. Candy is flash frozen and then put into a machine that creates a vacuum as they allow it to dry. This may dramatically change the appearance and make the candy crunchier, but the hope is that the flavors are more magnified without the moisture. Today, a freeze-dried competitor enters the arena and tries to take home the gold. You tried that? You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Novak, and my pals Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
All right, Geiger, reading a story about Wisconsin man. So you're going to tell me, you know a few Wisconsin men.
I know quite a few, yes.
How many?
Like 12.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Less than I thought, actually.
It is funny. I mean, before you get it, Wisconsin sometimes has that effect of I'll be on a work call and be like, oh, I'm originally from Wisconsin. Oh, I know someone from there. I'm like, yeah, it's a state of a lot of people. It's not
like millions of people in there.
Yeah. I don't know all of them.
We all have semi middle of the road normal last names, and so I don't know if you guys get it, but I always get hey, do you know Tim Novak? I'm like,
yes.
No, I don't fucking know Tim Novak. There's a ton
I
of
get
them.
asked about Tim Novak a lot. Yeah.
I just get the John Hancock thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, are you gonna give me your John Hancock later or something like that? And then I do. I sign wherever they want me to. Anything they want, I'll sign it. Desperate for attention.
Do you sign it your name or John Hancock?
I sign it John Hancock, yeah. I say, now if you want to collect this bill, travel back in time to 1776 or something.
I sign everything John Quincy Adams for some reason, but no, I get the lot.
I signed Tim Novak.
Tim Novak. Yeah, it's always our names are common, but not overly common, like you said. So it's someone knows a Geiger, but it's never someone
right.
There's still more Geigers than people realize.
You wouldn't ask Smith that, right? Because you just there's so many Smiths that wouldn't be. So maybe Hancock's just people aren't assuming that maybe that's too popular of a name.
Weirdly, I get a lot of oh, do you know Chad Jones? People think just because it's Chad. I know all the other Chads.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Wisconsin man has made an unlikely bond with a fish. Right? That may not surprise you either.
Oh, don't be fucking the fish. Don't be fucking the fish, please.
Says they meet every summer at the same spot. The man's name is Rex Calubra, and he became friends with the fish, the smallmouth bass, while on a dive a few years ago. And now they've created a strange bond. The fish's name is Elvis. It says every summer they will see I don't know why see each other is in parentheses, but see each other in the lake.
Parentheses?
Or in
not
quotes. Quotes, yeah.
Oh, quotes. Oh, okay. That would be weird.
See each other when Calubra travels to the lake where Elvis lives. Mm-hmm. And he said that his friend will get jealous if other fish get too close to him. All right? Mm-hmm. I even taught him a call. I will do a gulping grunt sound with my throat, and he'll come find me. Elvis will literally just fight other fish if they get too close to keep them away from me. All right, so do you smell something fishy with this?
What do we think that sounds like? What is it? A gulping grunt? Is that what you said?
I bet it is. Yeah, picture didn't happen. I want to see that. Is there a picture of the fish talking to the guy?
There are pictures with him and Elvis underwater.
Are we sure this is the same fish every year? Pretty much all fish look the same. I'm not trying to sound like a racist against fishes, but they all look the same, right?
They don't all respond to the same gulping grunt, though. So would that be? Let's say it was true. All right, let's just pretend.
How long do fish even live? Don't fish live?
There's no way.
Season?
No. Some fish are definitely a multi-years old because they get big enough. But
how long do smallmouth bass live? All right, 6 to 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
all All right,
Yeah.
Here's another quote. He says,
All right, how long does Big Mouth Billy Bass live?
He's completely obsessed with me, he said of Elvis. He follows me around and just stares me in the eyes.
What does the fish think? Did they interview the fish? This fucker won't get out of the water.
The fish replied, gulp grunt. Ever since the two have bonded, there have been a few times when Kelubra has fared the worst, that Elvis had died. Last year, it took a while to find him. He won't reveal what lake he lives in, though, just in case anyone.
This is like a bathtub or something, isn't it? It's like it's in an aquarium.
Does this guy have like the most mesmerizing eyes of all time that the fish wants to stare?
The only photos of him are underwater.
Does he have contact lenses in with like worms etched onto the contact lenses?
Let's see if you can see this photo.
I see the
fish.
I see the fish, but you
don't know where your camera is.
You see apparently. The guy? There he is.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he kind of looks like me.
Yeah, he kind of does.
What the fuck?
Kind of does.
Guys, we've got a special guest. All right, Elvis, what do you think about these chips? Glug, 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 glug.
But aren't like a decent portion, 10 to 20% of Wisconsin marriages between man and fish?
Yeah, well, that's what you said. It was like, man creates bond with fish. I'm like, somebody fucked a fish, shouldn't they? Because there was like some article about some guy in a farm up in Wisconsin who got arrested for like having sex with a cow or a horse or something. I'm like, God damn it.
What do you care?
That represents the state poorly. I still have love for Wisconsin, and I don't have love for fish. Well, I like fishing.
Don't 10 to 20% of Wisconsin men also have that same beard that you and this guy have? Probably
20% of Wisconsin men also communicate by a series of grunts and gloves.
I mean, we say that he looks like you, but he's wearing goggles and like a full snorkel. Like all we can see is like the amount you can see on a Batman costume. You know what I mean? Like just the cowl.
It's Bruce Wayne.
Let's say this was true. Okay, let's say all this is exactly happening, and
you're calling bullshit.
No, I'm telling you. Let's say it's true. You're the one. Would this be like a fun, appealing thing, or would you be kind of creeped out by this fish?
Like if I'm Rex, would it be appealing?
Yeah.
Or he obviously finds it appealing, right?
Would you be Erex? Would it be fun to have a fish friend?
Yeah, if I had no other friends in my life, then like no one I could have an actual conversation with, I couldn't get a dog to like me even, then I would probably be interested in having a fish friend. Yes. If all those conditions were true.
Oddly, Rex's other friends are not there when he comes back to town, and they will not answer his phone calls.
It's not like, I think it'd be neat because there's one thing to have a dog because they live with you, they have to be your friend, they depend on you for food and stuff. But like if you're out in the woods and like a bear just randomly came over and like watched the ball game with you once in a while, that'd be kind of neat. Like
a bear comes over, just hands you a Corona.
It's all about family. But yeah, it's like that would be neat. Like if you saw the same wild animal over and over, because that's just like you would think there's some bond there. I think that'd be kind of neat. I'm with Chad though. I don't know how he knows it's the same fucking fish. Like that was a basic looking fish you just showed us. It could just be any big old bass. There
was no distinct markings on that. It was not wearing, a white jumpsuit as I would expect a fish named Elvis to wear. It did not say, thank you very much.
Wise men say glug. There's actually this weird vendetta we have with a hummingbird in my house. Like there's this tiny little yellow bird that is desperately trying to get inside our house, and he'll just hover in front of the window and knock his beak into the window in rapid fire succession, and it drives my cat nuts. And then I'll go upstairs, and he has floated up a level, and he's knocking on the window up there too. It's really fucking weird. Wow. And it is a yellow hummingbird. I don't know if it's the same one. I don't know if it's
like an Elvis bird.
He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Gluck gug, motherfucker." And I was like, "All right, sorry." But maybe it's just a government drone. I don't know.
What did you name him?
That fucking bird. That fucking bird is making the dog bark incessantly again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you guys like fish as pets? I always found them kind of be boring they're cool to look at when you're at the dentist office, but other than that, it's like they don't do anything.
Yeah, I don't. It's another like sort of like birds. Like birds is the worst because
yes,
like I said, you've been given the power of flight. Let me jam you in a fucking cage. It feels the same way with fish a little bit. Like explore you like all the world you have to explore. Just
you
cram
could
you
swim
in
to the depths of the sea and nope, that's just a fake castle 3 inches below you.
And I once my girls once got 2 goldfish from a birthday party. They give you a little bag with the goldfish, and I'm like, why the fuck?
That's a terrible gift.
Yeah.
That's
horrible.
I went to that parent's house and just stared in their window. Then they went upstairs, and I climbed up to the top window.
Just holding the bag of fish.
But one of them died immediately, and the other one, like, despite
one of your daughters,
despite severe neglect, lived forever. Like this goddamn goldfish would not die.
You need to get even with this parent and just have a party at your house and invite only their kid and give them a kitten or something to take back. I'm like, I'll fucking one up you.
Just a big old garbage bag with the smallmouth bass in there.
It's Dean Martin, the bass. There you go.
Just give them like all of your student loan debt. Like, all right, now you have to pay this. You made me buy all this fucking fish food.
I call this debt Tony Bennett.
I mean, it sounds sounds like this guy's having fun. You know, do you think he like comes home from this trip to visit Elvis, and like the next day his wife is like, "So when you going to visit Elvis again?" Hey, shouldn't you go visit Elvis? He's like, I just came home. No, I think Elvis misses you. Get the fuck out.
She's loading up this lake with smallmouth bass. Just
go visit Elvis. I've got like more interesting guys to bang on the side or something. Like that.
Unfaithful Wisconsin man comes up with worst cover story ever for having a fair. I got this bass I see every year in the lake. What?
Wait, who's Elvis that you're talking to? Oh, that's the bass that I...
It is definitely not the son from my second secret family, okay? It is a bass.
Look, this newspaper reporter took a picture of me under the water. Can't you tell it's me? He just quickly throws out his goatee real quick.
All right, let's eat some snacks. We have 3 snacks, rate them on a 5-point scale. Love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. In the intro, we talked about the freeze-dried candy, so let's get these freeze-dried candy Raindrops. And is this like a Skittle? I don't have the package. Is it Skittles spelled with a Z or something?
No, it says it's literally freeze-dried candy Raindrops. That's exactly what it's called. They're from Stephie Snacks. My sisters, Becky and Jenny, went to Frankenmuth, which is this like town in Michigan that's famous for having a huge Christmas store and not much else. And they picked these up in Michigan. You're right. These look homemade. I would guess these are something they did something to a Skittle. I guess freeze-dried.
Because they have an S on them.
Yes, now that I see that, they are just Skittles. So I guess you probably can't buy them anywhere but Stephie Snacks. But there you go.
No, I did it when I was researching. These are made by a number of different companies.
I like the ingredients on the back of the package. It says Raindrops, Skittles. Like, yeah, main ingredient Skittle.
Yeah, it is.
Does it really say that?
Yeah,
it looks like a Skittle that exploded. It's like a cracked Skittle shell with like white foam looking stuff coming out of the sides.
So is this literally just taking Skittles, dumping them in whatever liquid nitrogen or freeze drying them and then taking them out? What's the whole recipe?
Now, I don't know. I don't really eat Skittles enough to know. Does this taste like a Skittle? Like, did the flavor change at all?
No,
it's a consistency thing is the only difference.
Oh, because the Skittles consistency is hard, right? Like
it's chewy, yeah.
Like an M&M sort of, or...
Yeah, they're chewy, and this is crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like eating like the texture of like a wasabi pea or something.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys like regular Skittles? Well, I guess we're about to find out. He basically tastes like regular Skittles. So.
Yeah, include it in your rating.
Yeah. I like Skittles fine. I don't find myself ever buying Skittles or like craving Skittles. They're pretty much, Skittles is like the exact epitome of things I think Chad would hate, in that they get stuck in your teeth and they just taste like fake fruit flavor. But I don't mind them as candy goes. These are definitely taste identical to Skittles. It's just they're crunchy. And I guess, I don't know. I might prefer this kind of airier, less wedged in the teeth version than a chewy Skittle. Having said that, probably not enough to make it like some snack I'm like raving over. Actually, these aren't bad. I'll give them a mild like that. I don't mind these at all.
All right, like that to start, Chad.
All right, Skittles actually for me, I think would be a dislike that. I'm a chocolate guy over a fruit guy in general, except lemon's my brand. But if if Skittles are there, like M&Ms are there too. You know what I mean? Like I would pick M&Ms if that's the form factor I want. M&Ms don't get stuck in your teeth; they taste better. I think this is a market improvement over the Skittle, though. I do like that it's crunchy. The flavor is still the same, kind of like whatever, fake fruit, like Geiger said. But the texture is improved here through this freeze drying. So I will bump it up to an indifferent to that.
A Skittle, regular Skittle, is probably an indifferent to me. The only time I would eat it's maybe like once a year on Halloween when I'm just like dig through and get one of those mini bags. I don't really like fruit candies that much in general. This is slightly worse than a regular Skittle, in my opinion. I would rather have a regular Skittle.
Interesting.
I just prefer the chewier texture to this crunchy texture. And it may be because I had that first and I'm used to it. If this was what Skittles always were, maybe I'd feel differently. But it's definitely not far enough away to make me feel all that different about it. I'm going to give it an indifferent to that. So 2 indifferents and a like. Not a terrible score. Beatable. Let's next go to the 12 Tides Organic Kelp Snacks.
Chad, you have the actual package here. These are from Becky. My sister Becky. She went on vacation and came back with these.
It says it's everything flavor, like everything seasoning.
Oh, okay.
Anything else of note on there?
Made with kelp from regenerative ocean farms. There's like a bunch of their puffing their own chest on the back, basically, about how much they love the ocean.
As much as Elvis?
Yeah.
Well, he probably doesn't love the ocean because he'd die there, but yeah.
Yeah, this is how this is how the fish is fighting the other fish because he's got a bunch of like kelp snacks in his pocket. Fish wants at him.
Are those kelp snacks in your pocket? Are you happy to see me?
Huh.
Don't be cruel. Give me those kelp snacks. That's my Elvis.
Yeah.
Impeccable last minute improv.
I don't know a lot of Elvis songs, actually. I don't like his music.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah, if you told me him, but like off the top of my
Yeah.
head, he's like a musician I literally never think about. Except that one time my wife made me go to this Elvis movie called Clam Bake, where yeah, and they're just singing about having a clam bake, and I remember the song from it just goes, "Clam bake, we're gonna have a clam bake, clam bake." Like that was the song. It was not a good movie.
Show me your clam.
So is that like that's an old movie starring Elvis?
Yeah, it's one of his old movies.
He was in all those, just like where he was just played a singing guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a weird career where he had this like huge movie career, but it was like a horrible fucking actor. And you could not pay me any amount of, well, that's not true. You could definitely pay me like $50, but I really don't want to watch that Elvis biopic they just did with like Tom Hanks looking like a fat, sweaty foghorn leghorn.
I will never watch that fucking movie. That looks so bad.
What if I paid you $50?
Jeez.
You wouldn't watch it?
Absolutely not.
$50?
Elvis was known for famously eating his peanut butter and kelp snack sandwiches.
Yeah, uh-huh. Didn't he die on the toilet eating freeze-dried Skittles? Talking to his only friend, Elvis the fish.
They're really hard to shit out.
I think he was snorting the freeze-dried Skittles. I think that was the problem.
What's your favorite Elvis song, Geiger? In the ocean?
Yeah, I do like in the grotto. I like there's a song it's like in the cold Kentucky rain. I like that song a lot. And actually, my parents' wedding song is that "Only Fools Rush In," that one. I mean, bad for it being their wedding song because they hate each other now, but good for like it's a good song. So those two I like probably more. But would you have a favorite or no?
I thought your parents' wedding song was 9 Inch Nails Closer.
Yeah, I mean, at the altar they were closer to God. That's correct. But
I thought your parents' wedding song was Cisco's "The Thong Song."
Yes, all of my family big thong wearers.
No, I can't think of anything that's but as maybe I'll think of one since I'm going to be currently Googling.
All right, get all of your Googling out of the way before the segment, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, Jailhouse Rock, that's a popular one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heartbreak
Didn't
Hotel.
Didn't Godsmack do a bunch of remixes? Like, wasn't that "I'm doing the best that I can"? Wasn't that an Elvis song?
Right. What if you showed up to like an Elvis impersonation convention dressed as a fish? Would that be fun?
Just holding this article out on my phone to everyone.
Yeah. Get it? It's because of the fish.
I'm an Elvis.
All right.
I think this is Chad leading
Chad's
us,
up,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I like seaweed stuff, right? You get like the dried seaweed. I know this is kelp, not seaweed.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I sort of expected it to be
Different
a little
plants?
more like that. I don't really like this kind of light and airy texture. I don't know, it tastes stale. I don't get any of the everything seasoning. Like that might as well just be plain kelp chips. I taste no everything seasoning. These are pretty disappointing to me. I'm going to give them a dislike that.
Kelp is a large brown seaweed that typically has a long, tough stalk with a broad frond divided into strips. So it is basically just a type of seaweed. Okay.
All right, well, it sucks.
Novak just manning Google over there for the entire episode.
I don't usually like seaweed, like when you could just get the little like cubes, not cubes, but like strips of seaweed. I don't like those usually. This is much tastier, I think. I think there's a nice little amount of seasoning on it. It's got kind of like a muddier taste for sure, but I don't think it's bad. I know everything. There could be more seasoning for sure. There could be more, and I think it would add a bit. But the whole time that we were talking there, I kept eating them, and I think they're kind of tasty. I'm going to slide them into a low level like that. Geiger?
Where are you siding?
Well, it's not going to be a hunka burn and love dat. I know that.
Mr. Kelp.
I do like seaweed snacks. I liked these the first couple bites, I think, more than I did near the end. I agree the seasoning's fine. I tasted some everything seasoning. And I like the form factor. I think there was a weird aftertaste a little bit.
Yep.
Like you'd be like, oh, this is an interesting snack. And then at the end, I'm like, it tastes like a weed. Yeah. So I don't know.
Just like you went down on Elvis.
Yeah. I was about to say it tastes like Elvis's butthole. Pretty much the same thing.
Yep. Yeah. Elvis was known for having a real seaweedy butthole. A lot of algae back there.
I saw the kelp. I'm like, green. All right, salad. I'm going to toss this fish as salad. That's how it worked. That makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, there's connective tissue all over the place there.
A to B, A to B, A to B.
Right? Yeah. Where am I going? These are fine. I like them more than I thought I would. I don't love them. Maybe I'm just feeling charitable tonight, but I think I'm going to slide them into a low level like that again.
Wow.
I like these a decent amount.
All right. 2 likes.
Tie game.
And a dislike. And we have a tie. And this last snack looks like it could put up tough competition. So we'll see. Chad, segment time.
All right, we're going to try out a new segment of sorts tonight. So, you guys familiar with Chat GPT? You guys heard about this?
Yep.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like the AI conversation bot thing.
I think it wrote that fish article earlier.
Wisconsin men love to fish, ergo love fish.
Tonight we're going to do a little segment called
Chat YTD.
Chat
Nice.
YTD.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
So I was thinking to myself, like, what is, the hardest part about this podcast for us personally? For the listeners, it's listening to it. But for us, it's coming up with the segments every single week. So I thought to myself, could an AI bot do a better job of coming up with our segments than we can? So we're going to put that to the test tonight. So I put a couple of our classic segments through Chat GPT and had it come up with some scenarios. So we're going to start off with... That's a weird science mini. So I'm going to start off with weird science. So I gave a prompt to Chat GPT to come up with a fake science experiment. And you guys will have to decide if you're going to invest $1,000 to $10,000 into this science experiment.
Okay.
So here's what ChatGPT said. Objective: to investigate the relationship between seals and umbrellas, focusing on the potential interaction in a controlled environment. Procedure: place an assortment of open umbrellas in a seal enclosure while monitoring the seal's reactions. Record and analyze any unusual behaviors, including attempts to interact, avoid, or utilize the umbrellas. Conduct parallel observations with closed umbrellas for comparison. Expected results. Potential observations may include seals attempting to wear umbrellas as hats, using them as makeshift sleds, or engaging in inexplicable interpretive umbrella dancing. Conclusion. The seal umbrella paradox adds to the enigmatic nature of the universe, highlighting the delightfully absurd possibilities that arise when seemingly unrelated entities converge in a controlled scientific setting. So, Novak, what do you think? Seals and umbrellas locked together in a room. You're going to invest how much between $1,000 and $10,000 of your money are you investing?
I mean, it does sound like some of the experiments that we talk about in that segment are dumber than this, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Not the dumbest experiment we talked about by far.
As dumb as this is, however, it seems like they're just looking for it to do. I'm trying to think about how ChatGPT works, right? Like it's just they're looking for it to do funny stuff with the umbrellas.
I guess, yeah.
I'm pretty sure ChatGPT is a bunch of people fucking with us. They're just writing back.
I do find this to be a particularly stupid experiment, though not the worst we've had. I'm going to keep this at low of $2,000.
$2,000. I will say one problem is that ChatGPT, no matter how you prompt it, it won't do anything dirty. So it won't like spit out an experiment. Like if I try to like, okay, adjust it now so that the seals are fucking the umbrellas. It like won't do that. You know,
Like... Slight adjustment.
Okay, ChatGPT, whose cum tastes better, Elvis or it does not compute.
All right, Geiger, what do you think?
Yeah, look, my angle in these are always find me the application, right? So what are we going to glean from this experiment that we could either sell or we could I don't know, like invent something from it? I guess you could sell videos, like droll little videos and memes of seals trolloping around with umbrellas, doing their little Mary Poppins routines. But I'm just picturing us like throwing a bunch of umbrellas in the like cage or whatever, and the seal just staring at it and then going back to eating kelp or whatever. So
they might use it as a sled or whatever the fuck this thing said.
They could definitely use it as a sled. That's a unique thought that only Chad GPT could think of. I'll say $1,000. I don't know what they would do with it.
All right. So Chat GPT did a bad job there.
Yep.
All right, let's see how it did at the worst jobs segment. So I had it come up with 2 fake jobs that were bad, and here's what it came up with. First job, professional hair collector. Your duty is to collect and categorize hair from various sources, whether human hair, animal fur, or even discarded wigs. You'll find yourself knee-deep in strands of hair on a daily basis. Your job requires sifting through hair samples, meticulously separating them by color, length, and texture. Prepare for a life enveloped in an ever-present cloud of hair, constantly finding it in your clothes, your food, and even your dreams. The work environment is filled with static electricity and an endless supply of shedded strands. So then, your second option here, professional pigeon chaser. Your mission is to keep public spaces free from the constant presence of pigeons. Armed with noisemakers, flags, and other unconventional tools, you'll spend your days chasing after pigeons, trying to deter them from setting in popular gathering areas. You'll find yourself running around parks, plazas, and rooftops, engaging in a never-ending game of avian hide-and-seek. Your efforts may include making loud noises, waving flags, or dressing up as a scarecrow. Prepare to be subject of ridicule and strange looks from passersby as you engage in unconventional antics to ward off pigeons. Your success will be measured by the absence of pigeons. All right, so Geiger, which of these you want to do the hair collector or the pigeon chaser? Which is?
I mean, the hair collector just sounds like a forensic detective. Like, isn't that like half of how CSI used to solve every fucking crime? Like, we found a hair on a coat.
That's true, and then you get to like walk away from an explosion while you pull your sunglasses down or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. I think it is like
it's fucking Buffalo Bill. It doesn't sound like a CSI guy.
I do like how you're sorting them by length, which has nothing to do with it. Like, it just says how long ago the person had a haircut.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't know why the hair would have to be in my food. Like, I could stop my job and walk over to the kitchen table and eat. It's not like I'm getting like Excel sheets just fucking mixed into my spaghetti in my current role. It's like, I can't separate work from life. I think I would rather do hair than pigeon guy, because pigeon guy sounds like a lot of fucking work. Like it's like the hair thing is horribly boring, but like sprinting around chasing pigeons only to watch them like relocate 10 feet away sounds horrible. A. B. Everyone is going to fucking hate you. Like, you imagine like running down because you're like running down a street in New York.
Getting pigeons away from them.
They're used to fucking pigeons. They're birds. Like, they're going to sit there eating dinner, and you're like clanging a bell next to their head and stuff. So pigeon.
Hey, I'm chasing pigeons here. That's what
I'm chasing a pigeon. Look, I think the easiest way to get rid of pigeons is not with bells and shouting. It is with a fucking gun. If you said I can walk around New York,
that won't bother people.
Capping pigeons in the head with a pistol, then yes, I'm in.
Yeah, but that was a Wisconsin man.
Yeah. That's my best friend. His name is Bing Crosby. I will go with hair collector. It's a boring job, but it's one I can do in peace by myself.
All right.
I totally disagree.
Yeah, me too.
Hair collector sounds like fucking creep of all creeps. This thing said I was going to be knee deep in hair. That's what it said. Knee deep.
Okay, that's just poor planning on the job. You don't have like keep them in bags and shit. I don't
have like anything against hair. I'm fine with it, but certain times other people's hair is kind of gross. Gross when it's around. I'm saying like you ever pick up a bar of soap and it's got hair all over it and it was like that's the grossest fucking thing.
I have to. It's my job.
So that no pigeons. I get to be outside, enjoy the weather, run after some.
You get
pigeons.
to use an air horn.
Be outside.
I'm never gonna actually affect anything, right? Like, and just the pigeons. I'm not gonna actually catch a pigeon or anything. So
right.
Maybe it seems like it could be scientific. I come up with different ways to keep them out of there. That isn't like walking through, like shooting a gat in the middle of the street like that. So I'm going pigeon.
Yeah, you win with science. I'll win with force.
Yeah, I don't have anything against hair, but hair seems to have something against me. It's like always outside tapping my window, and then I go upstairs and it's tapping the window. The hair's got this vendetta. All right, moving on. Moving on to Craigslist missed encounters. So you guys will have to choose whether this has romance or no chance. So I had to come up with a fake missed encounters. The title of this post: Lumberjack at the hardware store. You poked my pine. So here's the description.
Hey now.
To the lumberjack with a twist in his timber, I saw you at the hardware store wielding that mighty chainsaw like a pro. Our eyes locked as I examined your hard hat and sturdy boots. You casually approached, offering to help me handle my 2x4. But alas,
I thought it would get sexual.
You said you couldn't get all horny.
This is if there's innuendo, that's you guys reading into this. Okay? But alas, my grip faltered, and you chuckled at my woeful lack of wood handling skills. Let's meet again, O wood wizard, and I promise to show you my hidden talent for sanding. Together we'll create masterpieces in the workshop of love. Splinters optional. Novak, what do you say? Romance or no chance?
Okay, you said it couldn't get sexual, and that's the most sexual. That's more sexual than any post I've ever found on there.
I did ask it if it could use wood innuendos when creating the post.
Okay.
A slight issue here is that she laughed at the wood handling issues. That's not good, but I think there's some connection here in that they're both in the hardware store, and they might be able to. I think there's definitely a chance for romance here.
All right, Geiger, what'd you say?
So if I follow the thread correctly, this woman saw a lumberjack, right? Woman or man, we don't know.
I think it was two men, actually. Yeah.
Okay, two men.
If you're to believe that the narrator's 2x4 is sexual and
that's true. Yeah. So one of the dudes had a twisted penis. The other one had a 2x4 for a dick, and he was bad at giving a hand job, or was he jerking himself off?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I guess if they both have their dicks out
you didn't want to get fucking scientific with getting rid of pigeons, but you're really becoming fucking Sherlock Holmes with this.
How tight was the grip on this 2x4? Okay.
Yeah. How much pubic hair was there? I'm going to have to collect a sample. So it sounds pretty sexual. Right? It sounds like they're jacking each other off in the middle of the store. That sounds pretty romantic. So I think it's a pretty good chance of romance.
Okay. All right, sounds good. All right, moving on to hacks.
Yeah.
So I had to come up with a life hack.
Okay.
Here's what it came up with. Never tie your... I actually, before I read this, I tried to look up, like, what's the rating system for this? And last time you used, like, hack or whack, but I think we changed it to 1 to 10 hacks. But all the previous times before that, there was no rating system. You just read the hacks. So I don't give a shit what you guys do. So here's the hack. Never tie your shoelaces again. Simply glue your shoes to your feet for a hassle-free and time-saving solution. First, apply industrial strength adhesive to the soles of your shoes and press them firmly against the bottoms of your feet. Wait for the glue to dry completely. This may take a few hours, while trying not to move around too much. Once dry, enjoy the freedom of never having to bend down or waste precious seconds tying your shoelaces ever again. Need to remove your shoes? Just grab a pair of scissors and carefully cut around the edges of the glue. Geiger, what do you think of this hack?
That's definitely a time saver. Can I not wear socks? Is that like not an option? I have to just go foot to shoe. I mean,
it's about on par with a lot of those hacks. Yeah. Bury a toilet paper or a toilet seat in the sand at the beach or whatever it was.
Get a toilet seat, cut a ring in it, build a shoe. Yeah, I guess my concern is I'd have to find a shoe that fit all occasions, right? There's very few shoes I could like run a mile in, but also like attend a wedding.
Sure.
But my best friend is a fish and I'm a hair doctor, so I probably won't be invited to too many social functions.
So his wedding's going to be underwater, so you'll be good.
My name is Mr. Fish. Boy, that is not a great hack. So we don't have so I guess my rating is sure. Okay, it's a hack.
All right, Novak, what do you think of this?
I'm going to give this a rating of whack.
The last one had a rating of whack too.
And that's it. That's all.
All right. Great. Okay, revisiting a segment that we literally just did last week. I was going to bring sunglasses and music, but I forgot. Pickup lines. So I had to come up with 3 pickup lines. You guys need to rate these on 1 to 10, likelihood of you using it. Now, remember, 1 is the bottom of the scale. That means that you would not use it. It is a bad pickup line. 10 is the good pickup line. You would consider using it. So just to recap, 1 is bad and 10 is good. Just so you guys remember that.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, here we go. All right, so here's the first one. Hey, girl.
Oh, this is really bad from this side. I just stopped doing this. I feel very uncomfortable.
Are you a magician? Because every time I look at you, everyone else disappears. And by everyone else, I mean my standards. Novak, what do you think?
Oh.
I was like, damn, ChatGPT negging.
What the fuck?
Wow, that's rough. I thought he was going to stop, but
it was pretty good if he'd stopped like a sentence earlier.
Right.
You know?
ChatGPT, you're fucking ugly, bitch.
I definitely like the maxi on ChatGPT, but I'm not sure. I'm going to give this a rating of 2, where 1 is the lowest on the scale, and I would not say it.
Yeah,
and where on the same scale where 10 would be the highest, and I would say it.
Okay, Geiger, what do you say?
I was about to call bullshit on ChatGPT because I literally just saw that pickup line when I was researching the one we did last weekend, except for the ending. It stopped at everyone else disappears, right?
Yeah.
So he probably just had to shake it up just to like make it unique. Unfortunately, he also made it terrible. Like you can't say that to a person unless they're really into like, you know, some people are into getting insulted, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I guess if I was to consider it on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being like a pickup line, I definitely would say like 1 that's pretty good, or I wouldn't say, right?
Yeah,
We established that 1 is low.
Yeah.
So 1 I wouldn't say, like I would never use. I'd be embarrassed to use it. Whereas at like a 10, I think it would be a good pickup line that I would use. I think I'd give this a 1. I don't think it's very useful.
Okay. Well, maybe you like this pickup line better. Hello, girl. Is your dad a boxer? Because you're a knockout, and I think I just got punched in the face by your beauty. Geiger?
Okay, well, he doesn't insult anyone directly. He also compliments their father for being athletic. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very corny.
But
kind of
doesn't make sense.
It kind of doesn't make sense. Like you're a knockout, but
your
then
dad's
also
a boxer?
your beauty. Yeah, that's genetic, right? Like if your dad is good at punching people, that means you're attractive.
It kind of fits together in the way that like a really bad AI would piece different things together.
I guess maybe like a 4. Like it's not going to get you slapped. It'll just get an eye roll. 4 is in the middle of things that I kind of would maybe say, but probably wouldn't.
Yeah, Novak.
It seems a little like sexist. Like she should just be the boxer, right?
Yes.
The woman could be the boxer.
Or her mother could be the boxer.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
But it's not that offensive for sure.
Right.
It's confusing, but I'm just going to put it at 5 on a scale of where 1 is something you would say and 10 is something that, or 1 is what you wouldn't, 10 is that you would say.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we established that, I think.
All right, one last one. Let's see if ChatGPT decides to get a little mean again. Is your name Google? Because you have everything I've been searching for, except my self-respect.
What in the fuck is it? GPT thinks highly of itself.
Novak?
Yeah, this seems to fit along with the first one. It's almost the same line. So I give the first one a 2 on a rating scale where 1 was what I wouldn't say and 10 is what I would say. So I'm going to give this one also a 2 on a scale of 1 is what I wouldn't say and 10 is what I would say.
Man, that's fucking ChatGPT is just the fucking cockiest douchebag. Yeah, I'd hook up with you if I had no fucking respect. I'm not even a real thing.
ChatGPT's like, I say no to most 10s, okay?
ChatGPT say like I say no to most 10s and also other combinations of 1s and 0s. Man,
some real quality nerd humor there.
You like that?
I say no to 10s because 1-0 is actually a 3 in binary. So.
That's even worse because Chad had to fucking clarify it.
Thank you for providing me the actual basis and code, you fucking asshole. Look, I guess, again, this is like Novak said, this is like the whole like genre of negging, which is dumb. Like, if you like someone, just tell them you like them. If you want to have sex with them, indicate you want to have sex with them.
Come on, people.
Yeah, come on. If you want to go get laid, just let them know, hey, I want to get laid and I think you're beautiful. I used Google to search beautiful women and you showed up. That's all you got to say. So I would give it, so like again, if we're saying 10 is one I would use, right? Well, like on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 would be one I would use and 1 would be one I wouldn't use, I would probably use this not very much, so it would be closer to 1 that I wouldn't use, so probably like a 2.
Okay. All right, maybe next time I just do one pickup line. All right, so only 2 more. All right, moving to our sweet or crazy. So you have to decide if this is sweet or crazy. So I had to come up with a like fake romantic situation. In the whimsical realm of a backyard shed resides the eccentric Bob, an inventor plagued by unrequited love. His heart flutters with affection for his beloved toaster, a stainless steel charmer with a glowing personality. Bob tirelessly serenades his toaster with a jazzy rendition of Hot Stuff while buttering its bread slots with care. He dreams of whisking it away to a romantic candlelit dinner sizzling with passion and toasty innuendos. With every burnt slice, he sees it as a playful rejection, his love unrequited but his sense of humor toasted to perfection. Friends and family watch in bewildered amusement as Bob crafts quirky love poems, showering his toaster with compliments like, "You're my bread and butter," and "You make me feel toasty inside." It's a bizarre dance of love and electricity. Geiger, I think you're up here. Is this one sweet or crazy? Bob in his toaster in his shed.
Okay, for the record, you said Chat YTD can't get horny. It's like the third horny thing that it's talked about now.
It won't like swear. It won't be like it won't be like he puts his penis in the toaster. You know what I mean? Like it won't.
Oh yeah, nothing clever like that.
Yeah. That's what I wanted.
It won't say the clever stuff we say, like he jacked up on the toast. You know,
I wanted it to tell me how many ropes of cum were in the toaster, and it wouldn't do that.
This was butter the old bread slot, was what it said.
Yeah.
It butters the bread slot. Look, this fucking toaster, unlike the pickup lines, have self-respect. He's not just going to lower himself to our standards. Yeah, look, this gentleman is. I mean, I guess there's no harm in liking bread. I think or like toast. There's probably harm in wanting to fuck a toaster. I think that can be dangerous for you. So I'd say this is crazy, just because you probably shouldn't like stick your bodily parts into an active toaster.
Yeah, probably not. Novak?
I think we've rated, you guys usually doing the ratings on this, so.
Oh, right.
I think some of the points we've made in the past is it's not hurting anyone else.
Right.
And that's what made it okay. And plus he picked an appliance that had 2 holes in it. So I'm going to go with...
What's he doing with the other hole? Sharing it?
Well, I mean, a person has 2 holes was the...
Okay.
Okay. That got real weird. I have to explain to the chat how to fuck a toaster from both sides. This got fucking weird.
Look, imagine if a person's mouth and vagina were the same thing. That'd be like fucking a toaster.
So I'm gonna say sweet.
All right, last one. NosyNeighbor.com. I had it come up with a fake next door post, and you guys have to decide, do you want to live from 1 to 10 houses away from this person? Here is the title of this post. Circumcision Dilemma. Will my dog ever be a real hot dog? Post. Hey neighbors, I need some advice ASAP. I recently adopted a wiener dog, and I can't decide whether to circumcise him or not. I mean, I want him to fit in with the neighborhood pack, and I'm worried he might feel left out without his little hot dog bun. But do you think he'll have an identity crisis or be teased at the dog park? I just want my pup to feel confident and proud of his sausage status. Any thoughts or experiences? Thanks, y'all!
Yet, Chat GPT's clean as a whistle.
I mean, what in the fuck? Are you telling it to talk about dicks every time?
No. I won't talk about anything dirty.
All right, Novak, how far you want to live away from this guy that wants to circumcise his dog?
ChatGPT, tell me a story about a nice man who lives at a house in a nice neighborhood. Well, there once was a man with a meaty sausage. So this guy, I kind of got lost. He was worried about circumcising his wiener dog because his wiener dog's gonna feel bad about the size of its dick.
Yeah, like the other dogs will laugh at it.
Marveling at what Chat GPT came up with that doesn't get dirty at all.
I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of dirty.
The whole thing's fucking dirtier than if you just came out and he was swearing. That's the problem. You know? Like, it's like I remember watching that old thing like puppetry of the penis.
Yeah.
There's something about it when like it's overtly like a sexual thing, but they try to make it not sexual, and it's just beat at it over and over, like it makes it worse somehow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this guy, fake guy, I'll live fucking 5 houses away.
Wow. Great insight. All right, Geiger.
Yeah, I want to live 1,000 planets away from horny fucking Chat GPT when it takes over the Earth and starts butt fucking all the
Yeah,
toasters.
we're worried about it taking over the world. This is going to be a fucking orgy fest.
Fucking horny asshole. I mean, the
Line up
guy...
your dogs so that I can circumcise them all. What?
I mean, the dog, like, I don't give a fuck if my neighbor's dog's dick is big or not. Like, he can fucking cut the dog's dick off for all I care. I don't want
I mean, circumcision doesn't change the size of the penis, right? Just
if they fuck it up there. I mean, like, cut too much off,
yeah.
I guess.
I guess if they use a meat cleaver, then yeah.
Took him down to the butcher to get circumcised.
If they use a cigar cutter, it could be a problem.
Yeah. As long as I don't have to collect hair from this dog's pubes, I mean, I think I'll probably never even notice what size or shape or how mutilated his penis is. So,
yes, you will.
Okay, Chat GPT over here. Yes, you will. Stare at it for a long time. What?
You will lovingly admire this dog's penis.
Why is my vacuum cleaner inching closer? I'm pushing my face toward the screen. I guess I'll go. I don't know. It turned into Skynet.
Chat controls every electronic device now.
Everywhere I look, it's just a dog's dick. I'll live next door to Wiener Dog. I don't give a fuck.
All right, cool. All right, that's it. That's all we got.
Cool your loins, Chat GPT.
All right, what's this last thing? I don't have the package.
What's this left? All right, what are we eating? This is Belgian Boys Choco Caramel Cookie Tarts. This is something I just saw at the store. I think I bought like a couple cookie biscuit style things as a potential ep, and we're doing them today. So they're individually wrapped. This company is out of somewhere.
Belgium?
No, Brooklyn, New York. It's woman owned. I don't know if it's
called Belgian Boys.
Belgian Boys out of Brooklyn, New York, owned by women.
It says women owned. Yeah,
it has two mustachioed cartoon guys on there.
Yeah, it's doing the old Chat GPT thing. We're trying to throw you off, pretend it's not horny. I don't see that they're not like health snacks or anything like that. That's been a common.
The two
thing.
Belgian boys were baking cookies, and one said, "I'll give you a cookie of my own."
He started stirring the batter with his twisted dick. What?
No, it doesn't swear.
Oh, it doesn't swear.
It dipped its 2x4 into the batter, coating the luscious wood with the creamy.
So anyway, that came all too easily. Like the Belgian Boys.
Write a story about the Belgian boys' circumcised wood.
Can't be dirty. Won't be dirty.
No,
can't be dirty.
I just wanted it to say that the seals were going to fuck the umbrellas, and it wouldn't do that, okay?
What if fucking tease, and then it said no, and then it just started fucking rattling off sexual content for the next hour that you worked with it.
It was like harsh about it too, because I was like, one of the times I said, "Can you make this a little dirtier?" And it just replied like as a family friendly bot, I am unable to comply with inappropriate requests like this.
Family friendly.
Here's a story about a guy sanding another guy's 2x4.
Chad is on some watch list somewhere. Like, who's this fucking guy? He keeps trying to get the computer to have a steel fucking umbrella. Keep an eye on him. I mean, just give him his porn so he'll fucking leave. Yeah, make the lumberjack have a huge twisted dick. I don't give a shit anymore.
The whole goddamn internet's filled with porn. This guy, he's coming back with the seals.
First, it was that Wisconsin guy trying to fuck a fish, and now we got this guy in his goddamn umbrella.
All right, Belgian boys.
Yeah.
So it's like a feels like a, what's the word I'm talking about for the bottom cookie?
Like a shortbready kind
Yeah,
of
shortbread cookie.
Shortbread with like a little chocolate oval on top,
Mm-hmm.
covering just the top portion of it.
It's relatively deep, though. It's almost like a little pool.
How deep, GPT?
So fucking deep, Chad.
I can't comply with that request, but let's just say toaster deep. I thought you just said you couldn't comply. I can't comply in the way that you want me to, which is graphic descriptions of seals being penetrated by umbrellas, including the noises they would make. All right, I can't do that.
Fine. The seals and the umbrellas did some interesting things. Wink, wink.
The seals
right.
let out a little bark gulp, to call the umbrellas over.
This is really tough call. The shortbreads, I usually really like shortbread, and I don't think the shortbread's all that good. And the chocolate, is there something else to mix it? Is there some other flavor
caramel
that I'm missing?
with a little thin layer of caramel. Because if you look at the well, you don't have the package. There's a little piece of caramel they show.
I don't think that's helping. It's not bad. It doesn't taste bad, but it's definitely not wanting. I don't want to eat another one. I'm just gonna have to end up putting this in the middle and a different stat. I'm wondering what you guys are gonna say though. Geiger?
I think the chocolate is actually pretty decent in these. Like I like the chocolate flavor. I'm with you in that the cookie isn't very good. The cookie's just very dry. The caramel I'm indifferent to on its own. But who am I to say I'm not going to eat this fucking cookie? I'm going to eat these fucking cookies. So I'll say, I'm kind of
Who
in
am
that.
I to say I won't eat something?
I am just one man. These need to be consumed by someone.
I am Wisconsin man. I will eat the cookies.
If not me, whom? I would probably. I'm really torn in that kind of nebulous area between like that and indifferent. I think I like the chocolate and caramel combination enough to give it again my third low level like that.
Okay, so we have ties with our previous two snacks.
Mm-hmm.
So if Chad will give this an indifferent, oh no, that won't do. That'll keep us at a tie, right?
If it's an indifferent, then it's a 3-way tie.
Okay, so if he feels better than indifferent, it'll win. Lower than indifferent, it's gonna lose. I've got I don't know why, I just got a weird feeling here. Chad, what do you think?
Who am I to say I'm not going to eat these cookies? I'm Chad, and I'm going to say I'm not going to eat these cookies. I think the chocolate's fine. The caramel has a weird aftertaste to me, and I don't think this is a good cookie. The base, the shortbread part. It's got a weird crumbly texture. I almost feel like if you gave this to me and said this is a gluten-free cookie, I would believe you. Like it has that kind of GF-ish sort of weird crumble to it. And I just really don't like the aftertaste of this thing. So I am going to give this a dislike that. So we have a tie between the other two. I liked the Skittles better, Novak liked the kelp better, and Geiger, you gave them both likes. So you have to decide between the freeze-dried snack and the kelp.
I would probably say the kelp.
All right. Asshole.
All right. Kelp wins it. I think that's pretty fair. Most of these snacks were all in the same kind of range today. They were middling type of snacks. So, Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
If you'd like a perfectly benign and totally not horny conversation with ChatGPT, good luck, because the fucking thing can't wait to just fucking get its rocks off talking to human beings. If you
ChatGPT is like sponsored by Cosmopolitan or Redbook or something.
18 new ways to get your man off. If you have ever had like a special relationship,
ChatGPT is kind of all your clients as they're trying to fuck you.
Like my iPhone is just crawling up my leg, and what the fuck? How'd you get so good at this?
Crawling up your legs? What gets you going?
Look, man, it's been a while.
God damn you, kid.
Man, all my alarm clock has to do is generate a stiff breeze, and I'm there.
You walk past the fridge, it just opens up, like starts talking. Fill my cavernous maw. You're like, what?
What? Wow. Great dirty talk.
That's the sexiest fucking thing you can say.
Great dirty talk. I love it when a woman at a bar goes, "Fill my cavernous maw tonight." Oh yeah, cool. Great. Hold on. Where do you live? So I can barrel in the opposite direction.
Well, you made all my standards disappear, so okay.
Yeah, ChatGPT would be a pig in shit. Well, you're ugly as fuck. Let's go home and I'll bang you out.
It's that fridge's fucking demon voice. Fill my cavernous maw. God damn, fridge.
Wow.
You really know how to turn a guy on.
Wait, my phone is nuzzling my ball sack right now.
I love when my appliances sound like Zool.
Anyway, yeah, if your technology try to fuck you, reach out to us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, hashtag You Tried Dat. We're on Facebook, You Tried Dat group. We're on Instagram and YouTube. Let us know what you think of our ratings. If you've had any of these snacks, suggest some snacks that we should do if you want to hear our opinions on them. If you do like the podcast, we love it if you could leave a review and give us some stars and whatever else your podcast platform allows for. Tell your friends and or family and or enemies and or AI ChatGPT partners about our podcast if you think they would like it as well. It is dirty, but apparently not as dirty as ChatGPT. So that's a good benchmark for them.
All right, quick before we go, where do you guys stand on the future of AI taking over the world? Does that seem like a realistic possibility?
Yeah.
All right, we'll end it there.
I mean, we're doing a shit job of it.
After today, maybe less so.
As a computer programmer, I do have a little bit of insight into how the sausage is made with this AI stuff. And if AI is going to take over the world, I think it is like decades away. Because really, like something like ChatGPT, like if you to grossly oversimplify it, it's really just typing out what it thinks is the most probable next word it should say. Which is like not really. First of all, not very good if it's telling me to sand my 2x4. Not the most probable thing you should say there. But
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
you have that no knowledge of such thing.
Based on my lack of knowledge on the subject, sounds pretty real to me. No, I mean, I think I could see men and women and humankind being dumb enough to invent something that could potentially damage us in some way. They've done a lot of that already.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe one that could actually think and talk and behave like a human. Yeah, maybe. I'm sure maybe not in our lifetime. Maybe our great grandkids or something.
Sexy fridge.
have to worry about a fridge fucking copping a feel from behind.
Cavernous Maw fridge in our lifetime.
Yeah, I think why should we worry more about the other humans than like the fucking like we're going to be filling other countries' cavernous maws with nukes like before robots could take over.
Like, I mean, the sea levels are going to like rise enough to consume us all before, you know, before we fill any cavernous maws.
That's a very uplifting way to close out this episode. Well, when we bomb all the other countries and the ocean swallows us up anyway, cavernous maw.
But think of all the fish we'll get to make friends with when we're all swimming in the ocean 24/7.
Yeah, that'll be neat. Wait, are we gonna have gills or something? Like we still can't swim like fish.
Swimming 24/7.
Clam bake. We're gonna have a clam bake.
Swimming around, irradiated by nuclear all fallout. Can't wait.
Chat GPT talk about a clam bake and see what they can come up with.
Now don't make it dirty. Oh yeah, Elvis stuck his tongue right in my old clam bake. God damn it, Chat GPT.
All right, let's end it there. We'll be back next time. Trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.